pretty good hands with his own stick.
Great chance there earlier too for the Rougarou, and always dropped it off the post, almost beating Ambrose. Someone swung wide there. Pass Lang. Back in the corner, back out to the point. They're trying to get it back out of the zone. Through there, Jackson kept alive here momentarily by the Prowlers, and now that one's all the way back on down. Now it's picked up here again, this time by the Prowlers on across to the D. And across to the outside. Off the skate zone that time. It. There's one below the goal line. Now for the lane.
Like, what's going on? We're not quite sure. Let's look at the laptop. And yeah, it's interesting with this league, too. You get the referees have nameplates on their jerseys. One of the referees' name is toll-free, so you can call him anytime, and he'll answer. Now, how good are his calls are what we're looking for here. A little awkward. Awkward takedown in the corner. Looks like that also could have.
Icing though waved off. Trying to get there first though with Salter. That negated the icing, and now it's going to be bounced around. Going to fall here for Osby. Takes a look now all the way low to high to the blue line, and that one deflected on through. Just past Lang. Collected there out of the corner. Trying to work it free now. Sent back down low. And now that's going to relieve the pressure, and now here for the Prowlers trying to re-enter the attacking zone. Slipped along, tagged off the glass there by Machua. And now pressed along to the outside, but falling down there that time was Robles. Allows the Rougarou to come back out on the attack. Maybe a 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Blocked there and trying to pick it back up. Now Germain and finds the red line. They'll sweep it all the way back on towards Lang. I forgot about the Mudbugs too, so you have 3 junior hockey teams here now.
Yeah, you can't forget about the Mudbugs, the Drillers, and I'm not sure if the Warthogs are still around, Alexandria, but there's even Louisiana Tech's got a club team, and so does Baton Rouge, LSU, and actually just announced about a week or two ago, Tulane University has now got a club team that'll be playing in Biloxi. So very exciting times in the Gulf South.
Here's a steal here and a shot put on. That one would not go. A stop there from Ambrose. A great chance there for the Rougarou, trying to tie this game here in the back end of this first period. And a shot and a save there as Ambrose will hang
on the board without giving up a goal.
So off the attacking zone face-off here for the Rougarou. Couldn't win the draw. Now Pelham will come back out left to right. They'll snap it back in here on the attack. Work this one back down low. Still trying to pick it up here off the half wall. And now this will be Court back in front on the takeaway. Here this time is Matthew Hunter back on it. The captain surveys the situation and takes a look, spreads it out to his left, trying to work it back in, and that shot might have been touched there off the glove hand there of Lang. Slapped across now by the Prowlers, long wrister on the way, deflected back to the corner. And now could keep at the blue line there for the Prowlers, still trying to work it back in. That shot goes right upstairs, and a 2-0 lead here for the Prowlers. What a rolled back in off the draw, and now it's sent back around the boards. This one slapped around off the boards. Trying to play it here are the Prowlers. And now it's kicked back on to the corner. Trying to glove it down there. That time was Ethan Tierman. And this one on the elevator pass all the way back on down. Now it's zipped across. Back D to D, and the Prowlers trying to open up some space out in the neutral zone. They'll find an open man and just rim that one back in. Slowed down by Lang to the other side. That one bouncing right past the Prowlers defense. They'll have to go back down and go get it.
Lang, a very good puck handler so far this game. Finding that puck out a couple times once he gets in a little trouble behind the net. He's actually hit a couple of his defenders in stride, but yeah, very good at handling the puck.
And that one's going to be thrown back over the top, over the board. And they got the Monroe Moccasins hockey game later. Some
Put it back in, but they're definitely getting the chances now, the Rougarou, here in the second period.
Prowlers coming back with a chance of their own there on what was a 2-on-1, but broken up now here, this time by the Rougarou, trying to get back out to center, and another hard check there along the boards.
That was a good hit down along the boards there.
Yeah, Jaden Miller was knocked down. He's going to head back off for some changes. Now here come the Prowlers with speed through center ice to the outside, off the pad again from Lang. Back out to the point. Yurcik off the wall, and another good stop there from Lang. And here's Hunter, his shot again broken up. And that again will find its way out of play, and that'll bring us to another stoppage here with 12.
So left pad. They definitely got him working today, that's for sure. He's got it once again.
Seesaw action right now, back and forth. This time it's the Prowlers stopping up Hunter. Delaying right now as he lost the handle. Kolka with it, and that's just going to go back on down. This puck on edge, going to be picked up here again. Swung back across from Yurcik. And now it's played back onto the captain, who has the last goal of the game here for the Prowlers. Snapped around and looking for room on the takeaway here is Hunter, holding it in, trying to play it back across, and Lang got over in time to make the save. And now the Rougarou will jump back along. Sent back across the ice. New man coming on. Shot from the blue line. Body down that time by the goaltender in Ambrose. Trying to place it low to high, and again snared there on a good stop from Ambrose. Set up an attacking zone face-off here with their first win. Trying to avoid going 0-4 to begin the season. As that one going to come back off the wall, and able to pick that one up in his glove hand was Ambrose.
The system here at the Civic Center is a little different than most throughout the league, and you're going to find that throughout the season on this broadcast from the home games here in the Civic Center. It's more of a peg system. It's not so much an anchored system, so you're going to find the net to move off the moorings a little bit more.
There's a great chance again off the post again. The third one of the afternoon here for the Rougarou. And Pete just going back though, real quickly though, trying that home run pass. Couldn't quite connect there for Dirksen, but talking about the mooring system and how the net comes off so easily. I just think because you're a goaltender, you're used to kicking the net off the mooring so easily.
No, back in the day that was kind of a thing. There really wasn't such a drilled system. And now it was more of a kind of a cleat that you kind of jammed into the ice and hoped for the best with it, and it was easier to kick off because the playing,
stop play, right?
It really was. The playing style of the goaltenders are different nowadays than they were, say, in the 90s, where you were more of a stand-up. Well, now you're using the posts as a tool, and that's the pressure. Your body will knock these nets off if they're not anchored, and we'll see what happens from here on out in the rest of the period.
So a power play goal here for the Rougarou. We've seen now 2 power play goals here in this game so far, one from each side. Just inside 5 to go here in this middle frame. He's Pete Fricano, I'm Joseph Furtado. So glad you guys can be joining us here on this Saturday afternoon, some NA3HL hockey.
A little matinee hockey, if you will.
Picked up now here in the corner, this time by the Prowlers. Carrick trying to get back out of the zone. Kept alive at the blue line that time. But you were able to push it back in. Got a They come back down there for Avery Smith and tried the centering pass, couldn't quite connect, and now we get the whistle again here. And
they might be going for their second power play, possibly. They're going to be a penalty here. It looks like it was just a stick above the shoulder.
So picked up off the draw, right in front, the backhander on, and a second save again there, that time as the net comes off the moorings there from Ambrose.
Earlier about the net, Ambrose pushed over to his right hard to hug that post, and it just gotten right out, knocked out of its mooring again.
And a stop again there from Ambrose. 4:01 remain.
Offense as well, you know, those things, pick your team up really quick. Take that corner, it's sometimes those good shots, there's nothing you can do.
So
definitely had his angle covered.
The Rougarou now finding themselves down here by 2 again. Place back on forward, and now it's going to be roped back in from the neutral zone. Behind their own net, the Rougarou trying to find the open man. It's going to be shelled back around the boards, off the kick plate here. Trying to pry it on free now. The Prowlers wind up with control. Stopping and starting, able to go to work back down low. Out to the right point, slipped across. Trying to take it here are the Prowlers on the cycle, back down low, and now it's bumped to the outside. And now it's Osby with it. And right onto Lang, and he'll just jump to that. And the final minute face off for the Prowlers to the blocker side here of Jared Lang. The 6'1" goaltender, 170 pounds. Been busy so far here this afternoon as he makes a stop there.
Another good stop and another thwart.
So off the face-off, and that shot put back onto Lang. He'll just turn that one aside. Final minute to go here in this second frame. That loose puck behind the net. Hunter trying to work it back down low. Has a pair of goals tonight. And on the move, out come the Rougarou. And offsides is the call. And that's going to stop things up right now.
It wasn't offsides, but he was a little too fast, too much momentum, and face-off.
3HL battle between the Rougarou and the Prowlers. A 3-1 lead here for the road team right now. The Prowlers on top with 2 goals back in that second period. The Rougarou, who cut the deficit back to 1, made it a 2-1 game, but it was Matthew Hunter with 2 goals so far here in this game to extend the Prowlers' lead to 3. And that's where we stand right now here so far in this one, alongside Pete Fricano, Joseph Furtado. So glad you guys can be with us. Some afternoon hockey here, as it'll come all the way back on down. No, the bouncer, and now forcing Lang to play it to the outside. And now back out in the neutral zone. Dump back in. Rolling puck on edge and sized around the wall, and that is going to bring us to a stoppage here right now as the players collide.
Spots along the lower rib cage that possibly might, when you're flexing or going down for a shot, might get exposed. Your collar area sometimes, depending on what the goaltender preference is, and the newer pads, as you look at the goaltender, their outer net. I know my helmet at the time, I don't know if they do it anymore, but mine was made of Kevlar. So you're really safe out there.
I was going to say, you're very safe out there.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some spots that can be tricky, and bodies running into you aren't. It's kind of like running into the quarterback, right?
Yep.
They're not as protected. So, but he looks good. He's ready to go.
I was going to say, good for him to get back out on his feet, as now a shot gets through him there, and now a 4-1 lead here, this time for the Prowlers to add to it.
By Dixon over there past to Harrison.
Trying to work it back on forward, Ethan Tierman. And now it's sent back on down. That's going to go for an icing.
The game. Goaltenders have been right on. Great play, though, by Garrett Anderson. Kid's been spot on as well.
Game number 4 here on the season for the Rougarou. First game though here in their home opener playing in this building, and it's snapped all the way back in, gonna go fall short there off the glass. Pick up now by the Prowlers again. Bakaric, and the two-line pass ahead. Landing on the tape of Myers, and he'll step this one back inside the Rougarou zone, taking his shot to the short side, and stopped there by Lang. Sent across the ice now, left to right, out come the Rougarou. They'll play it over on the far side, on the zone entry, trying to work it in front, just inside the circle, and now skating free with control. Bakaric. Center. Tierman trying to jump on it. And he'll just elevate this one all the way back on down as far as he can get it. Stopped up. And now replayed here inside the attacking zone by the Prowlers. Lang to leave it off for the defenseman. And pushed all the way back ahead, all the way on down from Jackson. Losing it there, and now here come the Prowlers. Right back inside the zone right now. Bakaric, and a shot and stopped there by Lang.
Protect you, and that's what they're there for. Those are your.
So you're telling me you like it when the defensemen help you guys out as goaltenders?
We really do enjoy that. That's kind of the plan.
As a center, I never liked going back. That's playing those 200 feet games, not so much fun, right?
Yeah,
you can just kind of cherry pick, right?
Yeah. No, the cherry pickers we're not a fan of at all. Those are pet peeves, but.
Here comes Dirksen right in, and Lang able to shut the door as he hangs on to it with 13-17 left to go.
But it was under him. He had it. Right now, Lang looks built up. He looks like he's still focused and playing with some fire.
So now the Rougarou are trying to hurry and get this one back out of the zone, trailing right now by 3. They'll come back off the wall. Here's Smith and tries his luck right there as the puck's going to come back outside. Another shot on the way, and Smith could not quite find the handle. Quick touch right there for Tierman, and they score!
Who cuts the lead down with 12:05 left, 4-2 Prowlers.
Judah Temple with his second so far here for the Rougarou this afternoon. And now the lead is back down to 2, and that will go again for an icing right off the face-off. But some momentum again there for the Rougarou Pete. So off the face-off, won by the Prowlers and snared that time by Lang.
Face-off. Lang saw that all the way. Nice glove save. It looked like it could have been deflected, but right into his glove.
So off the face-off, it'll come all the way back down in a foot race. No icing waved off to the corner. Smith applying the pressure right now, trying to work it out of the corner, holding on to it, sending it on goal, and that time it stopped there by Ambrose to hang on.
As the Rougarou calls a timeout. Nope.
This one slipped all the way back on down. Bachua, and now out of the neutral zone, trying to find the handle. The Prowlers knocked that one back in. Played here this time by the Rougarou, coming back out to center ice. Slapped off the wall. Still trying to get control, and now the Rougarou able to find it and just toss it back in. Slowed up by Ambrose, and looking to play this one back ahead as far as he can get it outside the zone. Ring back across the ice there for Smith. And now this time it's Lang. Gonna play it to the other side around the boards. Smith back to get it. Holding on to it. Feeds a backhander all the way to center ice. Couldn't quite pick out his man, and now it's dumped back in. Worked along here by the Prowlers. That's Coyle with it, and that one skips on behind the net. They'll take it to the outside, and that shot again couldn't quite make its way in front. Coyle whacking at it. And now back to pick it up here this time is Myers. all the way to the blue line. And that heavy shot didn't make its way through. Smith trying to get it out of the zone, instead kept alive. This time off the boards, looking to find the handle here. Achua, he'll step his way back ahead and knocks it back on down, but Smith was over the blue line offside. So 8 left to go here in it. On the pass over on the outside, gonna fall there, and now looking to jump back through it. The elevator all the way back inside the Rougarou defensive zone. Cleared back to Tierman. And nowhere to go with it except down the ice, and he'll play it on to his man. Hunter throwing this one on back. Pekarik. And now Dirksen with it. Through his legs, trying to step his way on by. Cannot, has to pull it on back. Looks for the open man and gave it right up. And now Dirksen waiting on the delay here for Hunter, and his shot again going wide.
Another good shot from Hunter, but another good blocker save too by Lang.
All the way to the back blue line, and able to slap that one away was Lang there with the stop.
Seems like the Prowlers are trying to throw the kitchen sink at Lang. What you want to do is you want to get the opposing goaltender to move, and eventually you'll tire him down a little bit, but great movement by Jared Lang.
So time winding down here in this one. Almost coming up on the 5-minute mark here in this third period. The deficit still is 2 for the Rougarou. Trying to avoid going 0-4 here in their home opener. Thrown all the way back down the ice. Trying to pick it up there that time with the Rougarou and Jaden Miller. Now here on the drop. To come back out, Dirksen, maybe here on it in. Worked around now just inside the line and thrown all the way back on down. Played here this time by the Rougarou, and that shot put back on and trying to keep it alive here at the blue line. Going to come back out, and here come the Prowlers. Looking to throw that in on the area pass. Trying to jump onto it. Time winding down here in this one, Pete. The Rougarou still trailing by 2.
Still trailing by 2, but still have good pep in their step. They're getting some chances. They're lingering around in the their own offensive zone too much, but at the same time, they are getting to the crease of the Prowlers here and there.
So off the draw here in the final 2 minutes left to go here in this third period, Pete. At what point maybe do you think pulling Lang?
If they do so, it's going to be pretty soon. I would think within the next 15, 20 seconds. I'm going to take a look at the net. I know he's looking over toward the bench to see if there's any kind of acknowledgement to come on over, but there's really no acknowledgement at this time. Sounds like some of our Fed games where we see Baton Rouge and Biloxi 55 times during the season.
Yep, and they'll be back at it again tomorrow at 1:30. And the Moccasins, Pete, play later today here. And that one deflected. A crazy carom that time on the way through. That was Reynes with the deflection.
But wow, that was a good succession there for the Rougarou.
So the attacking zone face-off here as time winding down here in this one. The Rougarou back to pick it up out of the corner.
Jared Lang still looking at the bench. Looked like he had a little sign maybe to come to the bench for that extra attacker, but I don't think they're going to wind up doing that at this point.
Now Dirksen with the step. Good body there that time by Dunbar. Another heavy check there. Achua steps into his man and Dirksen. And now it comes across for Lofton. He'll drop it off now for Dunbar. Able to snap that one back in. Slowed down that time. There by Ambrose.